I think if you can, you should have a action camera in your camera lineup for a couple of unique reasons. Do you see what's on that window? It's rain. You see, I was gonna go on a run this morning because I feel a million times better. For the first time in 3 or 4 days, I actually slept through the whole night. I don't have a headache. I feel good. But the rain, well, I'm not complaining. If I'm being completely honest, I prefer rainy, cold, rainy mornings over anything else. But when you want to go run outside, cold and rain are typically the things you don't want to run in. I am 100% without a doubt a morning person. I love everything about it. I love waking up just before the sunrise or just after the sunrise where everything's still kind of dark and gloomy. I love making coffee in the mornings. I love having the entire day ahead of me. And my wife, Savannah, is the complete opposite. She takes a while, an hour plus to wake up. And she takes a while to get into the routine. As soon as I get up, I'm just right into my routine. I'm starting work. I'm so excited to start the day. On the other hand, when it comes 5 o'clock and the sun sets, I'm completely useless. I start to get sleepy, I start to get drowsy. I don't want to do anything. I love the mornings. What are you doing? This is a paracord that I gave them that I couldn't use anymore. And you wouldn't believe how much they actually love this thing. We spend countless money on all of their toys over there. They could give two craps about that. All they care about is this free or next to free paracord. I don't really want to, but I haven't gone on a run at all. And even though the weather outside is wanting me to not do anything and just sit at home, I'm gonna go for a quick run. It says it's 40 outside and it's wet, which 40 degrees if you're running, that basically means that you could run in t-shirt and shorts and be okay, or you could wear a couple of layers. It literally just depends on how humid it is outside. Because of that, I have this, and I have options, I guess, is what I'm trying to tell you. Okay. How am I gonna get through this? That wasn't so bad. Oh, another puddle. I think because this run is just more of a get back in the hang of it or the swing of things, I'm gonna go downtown instead of the normal training route. Make it a little more interesting for you and me. I think one of the most common questions that I get, and pretty much anybody that has any kind of, I think one of the most common questions for people looking to buy their first camera is, should I get a traditional DSLR mirrorless, or should I get something like an action camera like this thing? This is the Insta360 Go 3. Like everything, there's benefits, there's pluses and minuses between having this or having a more sophisticated camera setup. What's going on here? Fun fact, you see that guy on that billboard right there? Savannah has actually worked with his daughter, with some so I didn't know that till recently. You see that guy everywhere in Nashville. I think if you can, you should have a action camera in your camera lineup for a couple of unique reasons. Some of them are what you would expect, and some of them not so much. Also, right behind me, that's a where they make beer and stuff like that. It's called a beer cellar. I think one of the biggest benefits to having something like this over a big camera with a microphone is this is really, really spontaneous. Like, you can just get off the cuff shots pretty easily, and it'll give you like an okay image. It's not as good, but this is definitely more convenient than carrying all around a big old camera. I mean, look how small this thing is. You know, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I have a love-hate relationship with running in the rain. The rain makes it look incredible, but the rain itself kind of sucks. You get in that hotel. It's kind of crazy. I've never actually been down this pathway. Normally I run right over there, and this pathway, I don't know where it goes. Some water fountains. Let's see if they work. Considering most of them on this path never work. That's not surprising. There's trash cans. Parking garage. Train tracks. Path. Oh. Just to add further explanation, that path just linked up to the little workout area underneath that road that I've showed you about a million times. Kinda cool. Quick water break and gel break. Also, you're on a trash can. Last mile. Feeling good? It's cold because it rained and now it stopped, but feeling good. I think whenever you have something like this or one of these in your arsenal, it gives you options. And having options is always a good thing. Aside from this thing being super spontaneous just because of the size, it's also extremely well, it's not intrusive whatsoever. It's pretty convenient to carry compared to something like this, where you have a camera and then a dedicated lens, and then you need also like a dedicated microphone. This compared to this, where both of these things do pretty much the same thing. Obviously this does it a lot better, but this gets the job done when you need it to. That's amazing. And not to mention that these things are significantly cheaper than this whole setup here. Like this is like a couple $1,000s. This is another couple $1,000s. And this thing is like $400-$500 or something like that. Meaning that if you drop this thing or you lose it, it's not as big of a hit. Actually, on that run, I did drop this in the dirt. But because it's not as good as like it's not gonna look as good, it's not gonna be as dynamic, but if you don't need stuff like that, like when you're running or you're just running or something that you just need to be spontaneous, this is good enough. If you're interested in this at all, then I'll link all the gear down below. It's always linked down there, but it's linked down below if you're interested in this or any of the gear that I'm currently using for videos. The run was good, by the way.